Welcome. Welcome. We are live. We are live. We got a couple more that jumped on and are following now, and a couple new subscriptions. So big shout out and thank you to all of them. This championship. Let's get this championship nonsense just about completed, right? Then we can move on to the next game. But you know the routine. Got to go through the pre-configs, make sure everything's working correctly. One of these days we'll get the volume right. It was a little too loud last time. Not by much, so I just took it down a little bit. Are the buttons correct? It would appear so. Okay. Okay. If there's issues with audio, just let me know in chat. At any point, that is. Whether it's too loud with the vehicles, or if it's can't hear this, that, or the other, can't hear me, just let me know. Alright, it's nice to see that board pretty full. 3 races left. Okay. Perhaps... Is this a single race? Yeah, it was a single race. So we have 2 single races. This first. The hardest is going to be that tournament. So... Championship Tournament 5. It's the fastest of the fast in the final championship tournament. Grab your supercar and get out on the track. If you want to be world champion, you'll have to prove it here. Yes, we will. I think the LM is the safe bet. I believe so. I'm going to do an audio check from my side. So you may get feedback. I can't hear cars. Nope, still can't hear cars. It's okay for the person that's watching. Give me a second here. For some reason, the audio doesn't want to come. Oh, we got 4 of you. Welcome. Cooperate. So I have to do a quick restart of the game here. There's a option to let me do a actual in-game. There's a option to let me do a. So that's probably feedback. It's probably going to come up, but it'll let me hear what you guys are hearing, so that way I know for sure it's actually working. But it doesn't look like the game's showing up now, so that's just not. So. Ah, it's got to be something. Okay, I just saw it pop up, so this time it should show correctly. The game, that is. Appreciate all of you waiting it out for me as I get this corrected. With this game, sometimes it's perfect the first time around, and other times it's just wants to be a pain. Yeah, but at least the music works. That's true, Gene. I think the game audio is still having trouble. I don't feel like having to reboot the entire thing, so whatever. Half of this championship has been done without the in-game audio anyways. So this is a tournament, 4 races we have to complete. I already read it once, so I don't want to repeat myself a second time and bore those that already were watching. But thank you, all of you that are tuning in. Currently 4 beautiful base gamers watching this championship stream. And hopefully we either get close to completing this tonight or we do complete this tonight. This car has been very reliable, thankfully. And so far, we seem to be doing pretty good. It would appear the lead cars are the same model type as well. If anyone's just tuning in that hasn't seen the other previous races yet, the last couple videos have been pretty rough. The difficulty definitely increased, and it's definitely not as easy as what it was. And this guy in first place is definitely hauling, as you can see. This is a one-lap race, so I'm going to be a little bit more cautious than normal. Try to not have any accidents, because I could almost guarantee that one wipeout during this championship will be enough to knock you back into 8th place in no time. Pretty solid on my tail as well. My eye was on that shortcut. Now it's I knew it. Should have took it. It's okay. If I have to restart, at least I'll get a layout of what the track's actually like. Crud. I'd imagine it's probably about a 4-minute track, since this is the big tournament, big championship. I'd be okay winning this out with the silver, but 4th place isn't going to get me that. And since there's 4 of them, I need to get as many points as I can. Whoever's in the lead, that person's probably going to end up knocking first each time. That's usually how it goes in these later races with this AI. But we're past 3.5 minutes now. So, okay. 3rd, I'm not too happy about that. I don't think that's a safe one to start off this with, so I'm going to do a restart. Okay. Now we know what to expect. I can almost guarantee what I would have needed to do was kill the stream and close the Twitch app in order to get the sound restored, because I can hear the audio on my side, and historically that's what I've had to do, but I'm not trying to waste anybody's time right now, or my own, because I need to get through this. Guys having quite a time. But that's what they would normally do to me anyways. Try to spin me out and knock me into the walls. I've definitely gotten some feedback. Everyone's like, you need to play something else. I'm like, I know, but I don't want to start a game and then not finish it, because the way Twitch is, they only let you have your videos up for 2 weeks. Shh. The guy behind me. And anyone that's watching new And if they were to go back and want to watch them in the beginning, well, part one would be missing. Now, I do have all of these uploaded with chapter bookmarks on YouTube through youtube.com/DMMDestroyer. But the new person coming in probably isn't going to think to go to my channel immediately. They're just going to go by what's here on Twitch, because we all know that using multiple apps is rather inconvenient. Hence why everybody sticks to the main socials and never seems to get away from them. So, gotta optimize for your audience. But this one's almost done. Almost done this. I've already completed Battlefield, at least one part of it. And then, after this, Call of Duty the original, there is a mod, Sandstorm. I couldn't remember the name of it the other stream, but now I could remember it. It was Sandstorm, and it has to do with you being in the Middle East. I want to say it was probably Afghanistan, and I don't even think I'm gonna be able to get third on this one. That's not good. Well, this whole stream might just be, this whole stream might just be just this one championship. Because I probably am only going to go for about an hour. Maybe a little bit over. Depends on how I'm feeling, how I hold up. So, I've played the first mission of it. I have it installed. I'm not able to get as nice of a graphics overhaul on it as I would prefer. But it's something that like nobody's even talked about or seen. In fact, I had to dig to find information on it. So I'll probably be one of the very few that showcases that mod and does a live stream reaction in real time, having never played or beaten it. So we'll see together what that's like. Hopefully it's Twitch friendly, enough at least. That's my only concern. Because the first couple minutes of it that I did as a test, I could tell it was pretty brutal. It's pretty intense. I definitely would say it takes place around 2000 and early 2000s for sure. Maybe like 2003, 4. But it seems pretty well done. There's voice acting and custom weapons and everything else for reflecting the time of that combat. Yeah, it should be good. I think people will enjoy that. I'm not sure how long it is either, but for a game of that age, I'll put it this way, the install size was rather large. It was about half the size of what Call of Duty 1 would have taken. That should give you guys an idea of how big the game is. Might take a couple streams to get through. But I'm looking forward to that. And I know others are too, because they're tired of seeing cars go fast. I just couldn't justify taking that other shortcut. And as you can see, it's kind of paid off because I'm in second. And now we're closing up on the end. I'll gladly take this over fourth, or worse, like it was on the other ones. Oh no. A little bit of a spin there. All right. Okay. With that, I'm just going to take a quick 30-second break. I will be right back. Okay. On to race 2. This is a 1-lap race as well. I bet all 4 of these races are going to be like that. Starting off in 2nd place, though, because that's where my position was. Ugh, that tree had to come back and haunt me. Well, the 2nd place starting position was a bonus. It was a help. Until I hit that infamous tree that I hit on I think it was the very first stream, and I haven't hit it since. So how fitting. Just hope it doesn't have to result in a restart. Yeah, it is. Let's try this again. It just hit the other one instead. Yeah, sure. With it being under 30 seconds, I might as well. That tree is like a dead giveaway marker whether or not you should restart. You guys know I don't like doing that. Really don't like doing that. It would be nice if I knew the layout of the rest of the track, but we can guess it's at least 3.5 minutes long. Yikes. They're driving almost as reckless as what I would in the beginning when I first started this entire game. Even a little bit now. They all took a much faster route, so I knew that was going to bite me a little bit. Wasn't that bad, though. Oh, if I wouldn't have hit his tail end, though, that would have been more preferred. It is a little cheap that when they hit you from behind, you'll go spinning out all over the place, but if you hit them, it's like hitting a wall, and they don't seem to budge that much. So we're probably going to hit third because I'm guessing that the end of the map is soon, based off the time. I might be able to squeeze second. Had F50 in the lead this time, or did. Tight turn. Track was a bit longer than I thought it was going to be. There we are, finally. Except that would happen, but I'm okay. Yikes. Okay. What's our point standing? Barely in first. But first. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break. And I will be back shortly. Okay, I'm here. Okay. Whatever. Nah, not that early. Ah. Okay. Probably the most annoying thing about the restarts for me is that, aside from having to see the same thing more than once, is bookmarking it on YouTube so that future viewers don't have to waste time, and they can see how many times what chapter was what, so that way if they don't want to watch the restart lap, they don't need to. Yikes. Let's see how hard it is to recover from this one. What was that? This race is probably about 5 or 6 minutes based off the last two that we've done, so they're all stuck together pretty well. So let's see if I can climb my way back up. It would be nice to finish out the last tournament with a gold without having to retry it because of having a silver. But we'll see. Why? It just didn't work at all. I couldn't get any traction. I feel nothing hitting them. Crud! Little tap of the wall just sent me out of the way, though. Barely tapped that wall too. That's the end? Oh, man. That's a short race. I'm not doing that. I'm not accepting that. In my head, I'm mentally thinking, well, there's another bookmark that I have to make. Oh, post-production stuff. That turn is so much easier with the Carrera GT. But after knowing what to expect with this one, that went way more pleasant this time around than it did on the last. We're almost there. We'll take the win that time. Wasn't going to settle in third. Okay. Last one. And as long as I can get second or higher, I should be able to rank first, points-wise. But obviously I'm going to try to go for first. Last lip race of the last tournament. Go out stellar. And then there's 2 races left after that, which, depending on how long this takes, may or may not finish them up on this stream. The annoying part is I know that people are unable to hear the car audio because of the way that the Twitch broadcasting app is. You have to force close it in order to make it want to catch back on, even though I rebooted the game like 3 or 4 times. I would prefer not to have to split up the videos further, but you know. There's been a lot of bizarre technical issues with running this game versus, like, for example, when I did the Battlefield 1942 campaign for the Axis, there's like no issues whatsoever. But this game, because it's so heavily modified and the way that it's just set up in general, it is not, it is not, it's not stream friendly, let's put it that way, at all. It's quite the miracle I can even make it work at all. But to be fair, it is a 20-year-old game. Yikes. Yikes, because I played it when it came out. I think it was original Xbox I played it on. And I had it for. And I got the PC version much later. Discs. CD discs. 2 of them, I think. Or no, I think it fit on one. I think it fit on one CD. And I should really get into the habit of doing a before and after comparison, but I mean, anybody can look up on YouTube, like the original graphics. But there definitely is a huge difference between what you're seeing right here and the original setup. Wow, this is a short race. Well, that's it. That's it. He has won championship number 5. That ended up being easier than some of those other races in the ones leading up to it. I mean, good grief. Okay, so with there only being 2 left, I think we can finish this out. I think we should be able to finish this out. We're gonna try. Thank you to the 3 of you that are tuning in, you 3 beautiful base gamers, you that are watching. Ferrari F50 Sprint. This sprint through Mediterranean paradise is going to be tough. It's all Ferrari F50s, and they can all travel at over 200 miles per hour. Finish in the top 3 if you want a medal. Well, that's the idea. And if we're going to run the F50, and this is probably the only time I'll get to run the F50, because I don't think the next challenge has it as an option, I'm going to run it in Ferrari red. Absolutely. All right, let's do this. It's a tight race. There's only four total. But definitely the way the model is set up, ugh, just like with the back end of the Porsche 911, I definitely like the way that the game has the modeling of the car done with the graphics update. Looks really smooth. This was my favorite vehicle to drive in Project Gotham Racing for Xbox Original. Of course, it was like the last car you could unlock too, but it was the most satisfying. That and there was this other Italian car that had like the best handling in the entire game. I think it was like the Feroce or something like that. I actually had to look up that model in real life because I never did. Because I always wondered how well it actually performed in real life versus a video game. Because Project Gotham Racing's arcade drifting style handling was nowhere near accurate to how the cars actually would handle in real life. Zad Overlord is Overlord of Darkness, leaving his mark. I'll have to read the comment in a little bit here, because this is a one lap race. But the meme Beetle himself gracing this broadcast. Oh no, no. He just had to stop trying to sandwich me. Stop it. Stop it. That's what you get. Get rid of one and then you got another. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to get gold now. But I'm going to try. One lap. Oh, this is going to be... Yeah. I knew I was going to have to slam on the brakes. Wonder how much longer this one's gonna go. So I might have a chance. Oh, so close. Oh well. That's right, he can take it. Live streaming flavor. It is the essence of flavor, is it not, Overlord of Darkness? Ah. Okay. Puts us at the last one. Oh, okay. How about I take a quick 30 seconds before I do this one? And then I'll be right back, and then we'll finish this off. This will be the last race for the championship. And then we can be done with this game for a little while. So, the essence of pure flavor. Thank you, Overlord of Darkness. Yes. All right, I will be right back. Give me 30 seconds. Okay, I'm here. The McLaren Challenge. Choose between the two McLarens in this sprint through Autumn Crossing. You'll have to crack the top 3 if you want to earn a medal in this tough challenge. This is it. This is the last one, folks. And obviously we're going with the LM because that's been the go-to. Sure, we can't use different colors. I don't care. This one is the beast of this game. Obligatory. Let's go. So after a grueling 6 parts, the first one's being the most enjoyable, the last couple being the most painful, we end this championship on arguably 3 pretty chill events, and honestly that's not a bad way for this to finish. Oh, you do not fishtail me. And you know what? It doesn't even matter if I get gold on this. I will be happy with silver. I don't think I'll tolerate bronze, but I'll be happy with silver. But if they stick together in this kind of close line, then... Oh no! Wedged right between that tree. Oh, that was painful. I'm gonna keep racing through because I want to see how the track goes. And apparently I'm not the only one that's having trouble. I don't think I've seen the AR cars wreck this much, this early in a race yet. Especially to the point where I'm able to catch up to first. Like this. My only question is, how long is it? Is it 3 minutes? Is it 5 minutes? We don't know. No! Too much handbrake. I was overcompensating because the previous turn I didn't give it enough. But I still can't believe how quote-unquote fair the AI is actually being. to the point where I can actually outdrive them and continue to reclaim first place. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a finish. Yikes. There's 1,500 points for that one. We still have all of our points. I haven't bought anything. I'm going to save that for in the future. But I'll do that on stream, of course. There we are. Championship has been completed. We got a blemish of a bronze here and a couple silvers scattered all over, but I don't care. Championship has been defeated. And now we can move on to other titles. So, 3 of you were able to witness this live. So, it is a huge thank you to all of you that were tuning in. And the ones that are watching this on the replay, thank you. And the ones on the YouTube, youtube.com/DMMDestroyer. It'll probably be up tomorrow with bookmarks so people can skip through without having to watch the restarts. But yeah, we did it. We did it. And this one was definitely more grueling than finishing Battlefield. And I thought Battlefield was hard with its advanced AI. But yeah, excellent. So as always, I thank you for watching. Check out the Patreon if you haven't yet. There's more content that's been placed up there. You can become a patron for only $6 a month. Gives you access to everything. And I haven't plugged it yet, but the Discord, you get an exclusive badge in Discord as a beautiful base gamer with the server. And also there's exclusive content that I'm posting that the world is not seeing, but the patrons are. Oh, this is the... I'm going to let this play for a hot minute. This is the Perfect Dark Air Force One song from the Overclock remix. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. That's a good way to let it chill out. I'm more than happy letting it chill out that way. Well, I tried to fix my partner, path to partner thing, but it didn't work out so well. There we go. Oh, what a horrible day it was today for so many people all across the world. Global markets crashed. A lot of money was lost for those who were crypto investors. Heart goes out to these people that lost their life savings. Everything they had. I'm telling you folks, it's not natural. They're doing it on purpose. But I know nothing. I'm not a financial advisor. Listen to nothing I say. But yeah. What's today? Today's 11th, May 11th, 2022. I can only wish you all the best. And again, thank you. Appreciate all you watching now, replay, or YouTube. Take care, everyone.